Today we talk about triggers, not just those emotional or angry reactions, but what those reactions are really trying to tell us. What kind of unhealed wounds are basically laying out a foundation to trigger us when someone does something. We can't control what someone says, but we can control how we react to it. Let's talk about it today. Let's get straight to it.
12 years, 85%. I did it. I stood on it. The thing about the streets is you can be caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time. I still got partners out there. You can't expect everybody to see things the way you see it when everybody didn't go through what you went through.
Real topics, real stories, real events. Get my real output.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Illa Gezey. Today we will be talking about understanding your triggers. You know, this episode was inspired by a real situation. This just goes to let you know that I'm not perfect. I'm still dealing with growth. I'm still dealing with maturity. I'm still being tested to this day. I was triggered recently multiple times. The first time I didn't know I was triggered until later on. And then it happened again, but with a different person. And then my reaction in my mind was telling me to do something, say something, or whatever the case may be. And I just got boiling hot, man. Then basically, I needed a therapeutic way to get this off my chest, and it was boiling on my chest for days. I've spoken about it. I've dealt with it, mentally. I've prayed about it. I've, tried to talk to myself about it and use that as therapy. Some of that helps. Some of it don't. I always go to God. God always lead me down the right path. But I feel like understanding your triggers is the very first step to another level of growth. Because the other day I realized I ain't all the way where I thought I was at. Because I was already wanting to jump off the ledge because something triggered me that much. And then just to go back a couple of weeks ago, I was triggered by a whole nother situation that basically a whole nother person, whole nother situation, and they didn't know they triggered me. When I get triggered, I react to the highest extent. I flip out. I don't want to hear nothing. And that's what happens when I get triggered to some degrees. The other day, I got triggered again because someone said something, but I'm beginning to realize that people don't know no better. Like, they say certain things and they might not even understand what they said because I understand it in a whole different level, especially once I did a decade in prison and I'm only out here for 2 years. So I'm still trying to adjust to out here. I'm still trying to figure out how to adjust and live out here the normal way y'all live. We lived a little bit different. We lived on a higher level of respect, and that was that on that. Because if you take that respect level to a different level, then there is no respect. So I just wanted to talk about why we are triggered and how to break down and understand what you can do about when you are triggered. Now, trigger causes emotional reactions, right? We all get triggered no matter what it may be. It could be your boss, it could be your son, it could be your best friend, it could be your sister, brother, cousin, mama. Anybody can trigger anybody in certain ways because of past trauma, because of situations in your childhood, betrayal, loss of loved ones, toxic relationships, prison, the list goes on and on. I have triggers that go back to my childhood, but my most recent triggers are because of prison. And a lot of people don't seek mental health during their prison bid or after. I never seeked mental health during my prison bid or after. I probably should have, because I feel like we all need somebody we can talk to, vent to, somebody who we can relate with, or somebody we can just, tell them how we feel and be very much open and vulnerable to them. I feel like this right here is my new way to vent, my new way to just release how I feel, so I can put it in this atmosphere and get it off my chest, and maybe I can help someone else. I used to rap, but that ain't hitting for me no more, because I just can't put the words together. That's where the name Illa Gezey come from. But that ain't where I lie right now. Right now, where I lie, my words have to affect in a different way. I need my words to resonate in rooms that I never could think they could resonate in. I need to help people the best way I possibly can. So if I gotta show you my struggles to help you get through yours, or to help you feel normal and normalize your situation, then that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna offer you real talk every single time, real conversations. And I want to present it in a way that we all can understand and we all can relate to, because it ain't always about prison with me. The reason why I always relate things to prison is because I did so much time back there, number one. But number two, when I was leaving, a guy, my partner, he got a life sentence for a murder. He told me, don't ever forget jail and don't let it push in the back of your head. A lot of people tend to come out here and be like, man, I'm putting all that behind me. I don't want to think about it. But in reality, I want to remind myself, some people need that reminder. I need to remind myself sometimes, you don't want to go back there. I need to look at some of my old pictures and my old videos and just go back and to understand I don't want to go back there. Because being out here, you'll succumb to what society gives you. But while you're out here and you've done that kind of time, you still resort to that mind frame sometimes, and that's when a trigger comes in. And triggers basically reveal that unhealed wound, basically, that you still got some more healing to do in that field. Because triggers are like this. You cannot control what a person says to you, but you can control how you react to it. And I'm sure sometimes when people say certain things to me, they trying to understand what in the world is running through my head, because what I'm trying to do is normalize what they just said in a sense to where society can understand it. Because I could take what that person said and flip it a whole nother way. You ever saw two people listen to the same thing, but only one person got mad? That's where triggers happen. That's where healing needs to be done. We all got healing we need to be done. And we all got growth. We all got more room for growth. And the other day it just showed me, well, damn, I got some more growing to do. At my age, I got more growing to do. And understanding that helped me get to another level, because not only was I tested by the trigger, I spoke about it, but then I had to go back to face it and see if I wanted to go further with it. And I guess I always say God be testing me. So God tests me and put me right back in front of that person after I was boiling hot. He gave me about 15 minutes to myself, but I was boiling hot. He put me right back in the room with that person and couldn't do nothing but be there. And I kept it peaceful. Like I didn't say nothing, because I knew if I said anything, I would have exploded. And I feel like some people do certain things, but they haven't lived. And I say that in a sense to where is you can't blame some people when they really don't know. they really ain't been through what you've been through. So how can you expect for them to understand why you'll react the way that you react? I've reacted in numerous times. I've reacted in a messed up manner, and I had to go back and apologize the next day because I'm like, dang, I flipped out. And I don't like that because I black out and I go all the way like flip, like I black out. And I haven't had one of those type of moments since I've been home, thank God. I just want to make sure that I can keep myself level-headed, man, because all it takes is a certain level of a trigger to take you all the way up out of here. You feel me? And you know what I mean? Nobody wants to go back to jail. Nobody wants to see prison. But sometimes that's why I say I always have to remind myself of it. So I even look back at my episodes and just watch it because I need that therapy. I help me, and me helping others helps me as well. So this is therapy for me. Don't let triggers control your life. Understand them. There's always more room for growth, man. There's always more room for growth. Letting triggers run your life will ruin relationships, will ruin opportunities, will ruin business, friendships, and so on and so forth. So don't let triggers control your life. The triggers aren't your fault, but they are your responsibility. It's up to us to maintain. It's up to us to refocus and refine when things get to us in a certain way. So the next time something trigger you, don't ask yourself why. Just get past it. Try to figure out how you can grow to where you don't react the same way that you used to react to what this trigger does. If you need a few moments to breathe, walk away. If you just need some thoughts to yourself, if you need to call a friend, talk to somebody, do that as fast as you can when you know the certain level of that trigger. Now, this has been another episode of Real Talk with Illa Gezey, understanding your triggers. I hope everybody can relate to this. I hope you all can conquer your triggers, and don't let your triggers conquer you. Peace and blessings. I love you all.